chosen. No, they call him the elect. Praying those prayers that make the strongest men weep. Teaching the word in a way that makes it come alive.
It was like Esther was walking right in front of you. And you can smell the scent of hot, unleavened bread in the wilderness. And it makes you wonder, what does quail taste like?
They call him servant. No, slave to the gospel. No, they call him minister.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Praise the Lord, everybody. I was trying to encourage you. And I go into the house of the Lord. Amen. Hello, somebody.
They call him orator, proclaimer of the gospel. No, they call him preacher.
For the Lord is good.
Yeah.
His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations. When I was messed up and jacked up, he picked me up. I won't tell you what I used to be, but I will say he's brought me from a mighty long way. All right, now.
He is anointed is what they all say.
When he opens his mouth to sing, everyone stands. Hands lifted, going in.
I want to be where you are. Where he leads, I'll follow. Where he goes, I'll go with you. He leads them in a place of worship that some have never experienced.
They call him anointed, called, the consecrated of the Most High.
I want to be where you are. What you say, I'll say. What you do, I'll do with you.
They call him
Reverend,
friend, brother.
he listens to those who are weak, builds up those who are down. He's an advisor to those in need.
Hey, you know what? You guys understand why I'm trying to move forward tonight?
They call him the ecclesia, the dwelling place of the Most High. No, they call him church. Who am I? I'm a poet with a prayer. May my words paint pictures, transitions be a light. Because some can't see the way out. Let me be a light to the world, some salt to this earth, and let my words paint pictures, give hope, transition. Because some have lost their way and emptiness holds them too close. Death, dying, lost, missing something needy. May my words paint pictures, give hope, transition, be a light. Let me paint brokenness with love so that it heals and speak truth with grace that creates space for forgiveness. Allow me to with words stroke emotions that provoke change. Let me be poetry. And the poet within me is crying. Write poets, friend poets, brother poets, hold not back words. Write into your poetry resurrects the dead and causes those alive to live. Write until dreams become memories live, passions become occupation, and sacrifice meets celebration. Write until you sit with gods, until like Homer, you are mentioned with the greats and held in honor. Write until the dead rise and the dumb speak. Write until we know we're free, until we see, until words become swords and slay giants that oppress. Until you deplete your pen and then scream, words, be life. Scream until dry bones live, words, poetry, until kids are no longer slaves, until men rise from tombs and women from graves. Scream until you are free, until they hear me, until they yell, he spoke that word, spoken word, poet, and they see. The poet was always me. Poet.
the beauty in you I see, and I wonder if they'll dream about you. Will they realize they can't live without you? Will their hearts beat with vibration of your sound? If you were water, would they drink you down? 'Cause you are beauty, not to be compared. You are love and light, and I need you here. You are music, 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 music. You are. Oh, and I am. And I am. Can you help them feel again? Oh, I wonder if I will rise from dead. Will you help them embrace their past? Will they know who they are? Oh, now at last. You are the heartbeat of poetry and sound. Rhythms that make girls smile, mood changing. You are music, not to be compared. You are love and light, and I need you here. You are music, 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 music. You are, oh, you are, and I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am.
Music and tone, expression, focus is in the gaze of the eye. Even in dance, internally aware of sensations in the body, external, full attention to the space outside the body. Let go, be present, fully aware. They say I move, they say I move like wind. Painting Earth's face with leaves like autumn. Sometimes dance is all you got. Give yourself to it. Dance. Verb meaning to move rhythmically to music, typically following a set sequence of steps, terpsichore, practice, rehearse, train, teach the body. Some movements I learned while dodging his hits. They say I flow like rain, water on dry ground, yielding life like spring. Isn't it funny how someone who moves like water can feel like rock on the inside? You give yourself to it. Let go, and it holds you, and nothing else exists outside. Woo! Arabesque, body becomes like mold, memory, kinesthetic. They say, I move like spirit and sound, chasing unseen harm away. Form and pose, turns and positions, rise and fall. Woo! Hey, dance, 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 dance. Like life, wrapped in fear and love. Different, yet perceived the same. Like father and son, fist and love. Dance. Like wind moving, water flowing, spirit and sound. Sometimes dance is all you got. Give yourself to it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet. And homeboy, so are you. Boy, I got more sugar in him than a freeze cup. Sweeter than McDonald's tea. Who am I? Why you want to know? I'm what made Brother Davis get up and run out the choir when everybody thought he had the Holy Ghost. And it was really just Sheila. She got to shouting and lifting up those arms. Woo! Smell like bad onions. Dang. I am the tears streaming down your face, the pee running down your legs, that breath you can't catch. I'm a mask to things that hurt, laughter, funny, relief, comfort in many tense situations. Remember when the pastor was preaching and he said, "Some of y'all come up in here like bitches, all tore up." I mean, benches. I'm what makes you holler. Some call me human, funny man, court jester. I'm what made you tweak that LOL. Like when Sister Janice, she got to shouting, and her body went one way, and her hair went the other. And the little baby in the back was like, "Look, Mama, she done shouted out her hair." I'm the tears streaming down your face, the pee running down your legs, that breath you can't, you can't catch. Comedy, that's me.
Mr. Funny Man, what's up?
That's me.
You good?
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, brothers. Glad you guys can make it out again tonight.
So what we gonna talk about today, Rev?
Well, I did have something in mind I'd like to dive into.
How about that sermon on Sunday? That joint was on point, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but we already heard it, though. I was thinking we could talk about Deaconess Patricia and how she almost made me sin on Sunday. Yeah, let's dive into that.
What? When did this happen?
Doing communion, brother.
She was up front doing communion beside me.
Right. I was standing behind her when she walked up there, and that's when I sing the light. Whew. Now she knows she don't need to wear no tight white dress with a butt like that. Booty for days. But she did make me play a little harder though. Stay soft.
You always find a way to objectify women.
Come on, man. You didn't see that booty? It was like the Lord had prepared a meal right in front of my eyes. The Lord's Supper.
You are crazy.
No comment.
Anyway, church, you were saying?
Sissy ass.
You think I ever heard that before?
No. My brother, I'm sure you have. But let me be the first one to say it to your face.
Too late. My dad beat you too. Your words don't affect me, brother. Come on, gentlemen. Chill.
Hey, fellas, sorry I'm late. Right, you know how it is.
Yeah, what is it? A song this time?
Well,
to talk to you guys about why we're here tonight. What do you guys think of church? What do you think we come out every night for? What do you want this to be?
You want to know what we think about the service or like church in general?
All of it.
You know, I was just talking with a friend of mine about that the other day. You know, church is nothing how it used to be when we were growing up back in the day.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I grew up in a small church where everybody's name and their business.
Yeah, now it's so different. No one knows anyone anymore.
I mean, you can't even meet with the pastor unless you schedule an appointment a month in advance. Even then, you have to meet with his assistant, first after talking about it with his assistant secretary. I could get a convo going with the White House faster than I could reach the pastors.
Yeah, when I was coming up, even the services were different.
So how's something?
Music?
Oh, yeah. The songs didn't make you want to shake it faster. Drop it like time.
Hey, that's real though. The songs definitely had a different feel to them. Look, they used to sing songs in my grandmother's church, songs while they was washing feet. I'm talking about them songs have you scared to move.
Oh, that's primitive. I ain't touching nobody's feet.
Look, how does a song would have you scared to move your feet?
Look, it's not the song that had you scared to move. It was the presence in the song.
Yeah, boy, man, look, they start singing them songs. I get to looking around the church to see where he was. And I knew he was in there with us for sure.
Yeah, man. That's them Dr. Waller hymns.
What you call it, boy?
Doc, your wallet hymns. Like, give me money from your billfolds. Yeah, that's why I was so heavy up in there.
Brother, it's Dr. Watts hymn.
Yes, sir. I know about those.
Church, what do you know about those?
I know some old school hymns too. Israel ain't the only thing in my iPod now.
Hey, look, and my uncle was a deacon here back in the day. And before he would get to praying, man, he would get down on one knee. He would look over at my Aunt Bonita, and then she would start it up.
look, I gotta give God the praise on them. What can I say?
You just don't try none of that up in here tonight, brother. Thank you.
But you know what? Those were the days.
Yeah.
Things seem to have changed.
But is the music the only thing that's changed, though?
Oh, man, not at all. Even the leaders have changed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
I mean, look, church, you're cool and all that, right? But with some of these leaders, man, they're on a whole nother level.
Yeah, man. A lower level. Down low, sea level.
Even the sermons are different.
Yeah, some of these sermons should be called Bishops and Boys. Or from the pit to the jet. Or from the blade to my pocket. Y'all don't have
Stupid. Is that really how you guys feel?
Don't get me wrong. Look, I love the church, but things just seem to have changed.
Yeah, and then even the messages make you think when something just ain't right.
Like what?
I hear the cries of amen and it kills me. I see his people weak and starving, and from their ears they are bleeding. His people go to and fro, searching for a man who will scratch their ears, they are itching.
And so they cried to the man, tell me something that will make me feel good. I don't need the truth. Just, well, put some words together that will leave me subdued.
Tell me about heaven and the streets of gold. And if I say that I believe, he'll save my soul.
They yell, come on, preacher, hoop and holler. Tell us we're all sinners saved by God's grace. We are all just sinners. Give us an excuse.
And with one hand, he unbuttons the top button of his suit, takes a deep breath, and with passion adheres to their pursuit, and paints them a picture of heaven. Even God gasped at.
And with even more passion, he arouses them to a place that brings them to shouts and screams of pleasure. And he gently massages their pockets. Prosperity, he prophesies.
People run to sow seeds. Mothers giving their last to the sacrificial offering. I don't know what we're going to eat this week, but I trust that man of God.
Sermons flowing from pulpits worldwide. Prosperity and how the world needs to see the church prosper.
And as the world waits for the church to prosper, the people of the world are dying from real hunger. While we sow seed, the people die. And while we're so concerned with our building fund, people are praising God in a hut in Africa, thanking him for whatever they can think of.
This fool always got to go back to the motherland.
Come on, preacher. Preach to me. Tell me how I should be so concerned with spirituality that I shouldn't be concerned about humanity and the people who are around me. Preach the word. Tell me how I can have a house and I can be rich and I can have my inheritance, but I shouldn't worry about people dying of disease and thirsting for clean water. Tell me how it's none of my concern and that this is God's will that things are the way that they are and I shouldn't worry about it. Tell me to put away my wallet and not be concerned with things unless it has something to do with me. Tell me how I should only pray for people and not help them with my very own hands. Come on, preacher. Preach to me. Tell me how I should become like a zombie in listening to every word that you say. Because if you say it, then the Bible must believe it. Come on, preacher. Tell me how I shouldn't become a missionary and go overseas because other people can help themselves. I should help people who are here. Tell me how I should forget about the people in our community and only worry about myself. Tell me how I should put down my own cross.
Isn't that right?
My bad, dog. I get a little carried away.
Yeah, man. A little bit. You sound like Miss Celia at East. Just the welcome that I need.
But it's the truth, though.
Is that how you feel too?
Well, I'm sure I'm not as passionate about it as Paul is, but, I mean, yeah. You know, the church is supposed to be the body of Christ, but the way that it's set up now, I can't relate to that.
Yeah, it's like we've made the organism an organization. We've taken ministry and made it a business and lost relationship in doing that.
So what do we do? I mean, if we could change it, what would it look like?
Flat screen on the back of every pew. So we watch the game and be at church at the same time.
No. For real, brothers, if we can have church be what it needs to be today, what would it look like?
I think it could be a place where we can all come and be who we are. Take off all our masks.
So you don't think people portray themselves in reality today?
Well, not at all. I think we wear masks like light oxygen tanks.
Yeah, it has to be a place where we can be completely open and vulnerable.
And that's ideal. But can we handle that even here today?
Of course we can.
I don't know, sir. I mean, some things are not easily packaged up and cleaned up like we do on Sunday. You know, some things can be dealt with by just meeting you at the front of the church for prayer.
But that's why we have each other.
That's real.
We can keep each other accountable.
I don't need anybody else calling me out on my issues. I do that good all by myself. Accountability today. Accountability today has become this sparse sense of community and relationship.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, I think what we need is for people to help call you up into the person that you're supposed to be. You know, to help walk through this life with you. I mean, that's when you heal.
I mean, do you want church tonight? Like real church? Healing, sharing, caring? Because we can go to church. You want to know who I am for real?
That's why we're here, brother. That's why we come out every Monday night.
But some of us hide what we hold, some of our stuff, because we believe light will burn up all that we hold. But wounds like bleach on colors, eating away.
I want this to be a place that we can share.
Memories. They flood my mind like time, feeling, vivid, without apology, bold and accusing, like pain, taste, and smell. I remember. I remember the exact moment I let go. Not able to control me, wanting, desiring, passionate moments, names not remembered, giving all of me away, nothing left to disgrace. I am sex. Love, touch, feeling, longing, look into my eyes. Say my name. Tell me you know my name. Validate it, appreciate me. Am I wanted? Am I desired? Kiss me. Or don't kiss me. Let's get this over with. I remember nasty, dirty pain. I'm ashamed. See, some of these wounds are like poison killing you slowly. Covered with silence eating you from the inside.
Yeah, I know that, brother. Wounds that cut away at your insides like broken glass. Sheltered with lies, shaming your integrity. See, church, some of us carry some mess that will mess up a message.
Some of us carry wounds like fire on flesh melting, blanketed with fear that suffocates you. I can't feel inside. I'm like ice, brick, object, void of touch and sense. I can give it love, but don't know it. It's like I carry two men in me. One not living only comes alive when I dance. I carry him like weight, dead. Not reachable, but wanting to touch, to be present and hear, to laugh or cry, to perceive emotion. I'm stone within, crumbling but not moving, shaking but not shaking. needing to cry, to be heard, to love, to know what it is. Wounded. Wounds like razors slicing away at your veins, bandaged with shame, silence, and lies. Wounds like chasms in rock, covered with leaves that only shade, no protection. We are wounded men.
Y'all getting a little too deep in here tonight, brothers. I'm gonna need some communion before the night's over. No crackers. Just wine, please.
But it's the truth, though. I mean, some of us are just so jacked up and tired of hiding. Some wounds do go deep, especially the sexual ones, man.
You know, I volunteer at Nashville Cares sometimes. I talk with so many young men who were abused as kids and became promiscuous as a result of that experience. And most of them didn't even know if their partners had been tested or not. Wounds from being taken advantage of. And these guys are so young.
I know a lot of men my age and younger living with HIV.
That seems so young.
Yeah, but it goes unaware. African Americans make up the bulk of new HIV cases.
Yeah, it's not just dudes having sex with dudes either. I mean, black women are some of the highest in the U.S.
It's not just, black on black males either. I mean, the cases are just as high for white on white males as it is with the black cases too.
Yeah, but these down low brothers sneaking around on the low at the bookstores and taking it back to their wives and their girlfriends, just not cool.
Wounded people, man. They don't know that their bodies are worth protecting, worth keeping safe. I mean, it's hard to love somebody else when you don't even love yourself.
That's real. I mean, I know some people, man, who've been having sex ever since they were kids, as young as they can remember. Like it's a normal thing.
But that's what happens when our innocence is not protected as kids. I counsel so many young men whose first time having sex was younger than 16, and often with older men.
I remember the first time I had sex. A girl named Stacy. Lasted all of 5 minutes. Yeah. He moved away the next day. Oh, no, not because of me, because none of our dad. My dad got another job or something. Anyway. My second time, I was laid like cloth on an altar. Sacrifice. I almost lost me. He came to me. Told me all I had ever done. Told me my heart and its secrets. Like psychic, I thought. My past and my future. I admired him for his gift. And I almost lost me. Like bread taken and broken for men. Brother was like sheep and wolf. Peace and wrath. Told me God sent him to help me. Like Moses calling Joshua, I thought. The girls at church looked at him like lions on prey. He looked at me the same way. Only I lay unaware. He told me all that I ever was, and I trusted. Prophet and pastor. And I almost lost me in lies and falsehoods. Whispers in my ear. Him sucking. Secret meetings in his office. Special sleepovers. He laid me like cloth on a communion table. Offering. I gave in. I trusted. Him coming, me deep breathing and heavy panting, feeling like he's ripping me apart. And I let it happen as his friends watched and stroked. I remember, like old movies on strips, I trusted in a man of hopes and aspirations, a God man. I was 13 my second time. I almost lost me. He told me that I would be like him one day. A preacher.
So sorry.
That's my story. I was molested. You know, it's weird that the person that your parents would send you to help you out and talk things out about things would be the one to do this to you.
Does your family know?
They don't know who it was. I mean, how do you tell them that the man you sent me to help me work out my issues was the one that did this to me in his office? All his friends watched. He just came inside of me, no condom, nothing. I walked away, feeling dirty, feeling like I'd done something wrong. He made me feel ashamed. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror for 2 weeks. He would always call for prayer and to talk. See, church, we're wounded men. Wounded men, once boys, they got broken.
Let's take a break.
And something on the inside just breaks. It's like you're trapped. You're not able to receive or give love.
I can relate to that.
It's rough.
How was it when you met her?
Man, when I first met my wife, I thought she was beautiful. I was like, man, she looked good on my arm. But I never pursued her though, you know. I mean, I was just intrigued by her. But went until one of her friends told me, oh, she's engaged. I was like, okay, cool, what the heck? There ain't no problem in spending time with her then, right, you know? So, like the first time that we hung out, I let my guard down. A week later, I had totally opened up my heart to her, right? And I haven't dated a girl since I was 16 years old. I was 25 when I met her. Here I am, talking to a girl, spending time with her, my guard all the way down.
Is that when you knew she was the one?
I really never think there would be a one, actually. I thought I was too broken, too wounded. You know, she told me that her and her boyfriend had broken up. Dude, I almost wet myself. For real. But it was then that I realized like how broken I really was. She stayed with me, loved me through it all, till I got the help that I needed. We were able to grow together, man.
I noticed you dropped off the face of the earth when you met her.
Yeah, man. I had to get healing, man. And honestly, I couldn't find that in the church. Like, I had to go away.
Why not the church?
You really think we could talk about the things you've heard here tonight at church?
I may be idealistic, but isn't that what we're supposed to be?
Yeah, man. We've become something else.
So if not church, then where?
Man, look, I was finding healing wherever I could. I went to Africa, poetry venues, the club. Man, I was going anywhere I could go where people were being honest about their problems and being real. Anywhere where people was looking for freedom, that's where I was. I mean, I didn't care. I was tired of people judging me. I didn't care about anything. I told Jesus, the hell with anything else. Give me what's real.
You said that to Jesus.
Yeah.
What was that journey like?
Look, man, the first time that I went to Africa, right? I got off the plane, and our host grabbed my hands and interlocked them like this. It was a dude. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but he held my hand and we walked through the airport with our hands locked just like this. It's part of their culture, but I didn't realize it. It wasn't until later that I understood what was going on. But every day, somebody would come get me, they would grab my hand, and we would walk around the city, the mall, it didn't matter, everywhere. And it was the first time that a man held my hand, brother to brother, to show me what kind of love could really be like. I never got it before. I'm talking about not macho stuff, not hiding behind sports or egos or anything like that. Just real love. Man, it was those conversations, those weeks in Africa, man, that really started to help me heal. It was then that I was able to get the healing that I needed.
So, you say you got healing outside of the church, outside of Jesus.
Nah, I'm saying I found the church outside of the church. And that's where Jesus found me and healed me. See, man, I had to be honest about what was going on with me. You know, I had to be able to forgive myself of the shame that I felt. And that's when I was able to be healed. That's when Jesus was able to lay me flat. I had to expose everything that was going on inside of me and not try to cover what God's blood already did. That's when I was able to heal. And that's when I was able to receive the love of that woman.
I see how you love that woman.
Yeah, man.
What woman y'all talking about? Sister Kashana? Yeah, I saw that too.
What did you see this time?
Oh, come on, church. I know you saw when she got to shouting, and Brother James got up and he stood behind her. When the brother was walking away, he had to cover up.
I catch everything, no.
Somebody got to be the eye in the sky. Woman is something else, though, for real. She knew what she was doing to that brother. Come on, man.
And every spirit ain't the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, brother.
You guys are a mess. Remember, those women are your sisters.
Yeah, but do they remember that? Come on, you know. My sisters don't tell me like these sisters up in here.
Yeah, and they can't seem to take a, no, I'm not into you like that. These women, they just don't seem to get it at all.
That's right. Either they're trying to marry you off, have you jumping through every hurdle they can think of, calling it pursuing them, or they're giving out their cookies like Girl Scout snickerdoodle.
And they can't seem to understand that when you say what you mean, you actually mean what you say.
Wait. So you eat cookies?
Brother, before I got saved, they called me the Cookie Monster. Sorry to ruin your day. I'm not gay, brother.
But it's like you said, women only hear what they want to hear.
But are you telling the truth when you talk?
I was crying, sister, you are too strong. Sister, you are fierce and can't be anything that you want to be. Sister, you hold power that makes gods bow because they see him in you. Sister, you, beauty, courage, and strength. I'm glad to call you a part of my family. Sister, it's you who moves me. You like power, force, move and overcome. My sister, may men bow to the God in you. My sister, like Joan of Arc victorious, like Mary audacious, you carry light. And kindness like fire overtakes all that come around you. Sister, you will make your king strong. But all she heard was,
Take me, I'm yours.
Take me, I'm yours. Take me and have me. I am yours. He writes me a love poem.
because she didn't see that by sister, I meant family. By sister, I have placed you in the lifelong friend category. But she couldn't see past what she has deemed her reality, a life with me. But I was crying sister. And while I heralded my appreciation and celebrated my sister, all she heard, she silently whispered to herself,
He loves me.
he loves me. And me, blind to what is happening and thought to have found a friend, let go of anything hidden. She is my sister. But all she heard was,
Take me, I'm yours. Take me and hold me.
family,
There's
right?
nothing to hide.
Hey, sister, brother.
Love. Love.
Hey, look, okay, look. All right, some sisters are pretty jacked up, right? But it's probably because some brother jacked them up.
These women out here got daddy issues. They trying to find their daddy in every Tom, Dick, and Harpo.
Sisters aren't the only ones with daddy issues.
Man, that's the truth for real.
I mean, honestly, my dad was a great role model for me, man. He's the reason why I'm in church today.
My dad wrote me a letter. When he did John type.
He wrote you a letter. What did it say? I'm afraid to ask, but what did it say, man?
Right here. It said, Dear son, I will no longer be with you. Well, when you read this, I'll be gone. Ooh. So I pray that while I'm gone, you can be strong. Make me proud. Act right. Mind your mama. Take care of your sisters. You the man of the house now, so hold it down. In my absence, I leave you, well, all that I have to give. The feeling of not having a father around to care. The pain of thinking you aren't good enough for me to stay. The responsibility of being a man before your time. I leave you.
The obligation of being a father figure to your sisters. All my issues I pass on to you. I'm sorry I cannot be around, son. I have to do what's best for me. I'll see you when I can, if it's only to reprimand you or whoop your ass. We can talk via the phone just to make sure you're minding your mama. I know you will struggle with who you are because I won't be around to tell you. But don't be nobody's punk. Ain't no punk in me, I'm your daddy. I don't care what other nigga come up in that house, don't forget that. Son, I won't be around to protect you. Just don't let it hurt too bad. Hey, I know you're young, but don't let no tears fall. Man up. Get all the girls you can get, just make sure you strap up. Be a man, do your thing. I can't protect your innocence, man. No one protected mine. So be strong. Be a better man than I am.
As you get older, I probably will call less. Still, don't call me by my first name. Show me some respect. I'm your daddy. I may not be in any of your games or your school plays. Just make sure you respect me. Make your daddy proud. Love, your daddy.
Man, you are nuts.
But it seems to be reality for a lot of young men.
I mean, how many more letters must we write before we become a race who has no identity? How many more sons must die from fathers who were never there to teach them how to be a man?
Not able to commit because our fathers didn't stay to teach them what it is to be in covenant. So now our sisters settle for punks who can't commit because their fathers were never around. He left before she was born.
How many more letters will we write before we are a community of young men who have no leaders to lead them? Because we rejected the discipline of our elders, remembering every smack our fathers gave us to keep us in line, thinking he never took my hand to lead the way, only to slap it away. Why should I trust you?
How long will we hide behind the size of our manhoods? Not realizing that size doesn't dictate our ability to be men. Our lives do. The fact that we stayed should. The truth that we gave our life for the life that we brought into this world should. Insecure in my ability to be a man because my father never showed me. My mother told me from the perspective of what she would have liked to have seen in a man that she gave herself to. And I can't help but thinking, Dad, she means you.
How many more letters will we write before our sons are writing letters themselves? Only this time sending them from jail. This time sending them from heaven because they've lost their life trying to prove the fact that they have value too, that they have worth outside of you.
And I can hear it now. Brother saying, I ain't writing no letter.
And you may not have written a letter with a pen, but the words of the letter never written are engraved in the hearts and in the character of our sons. The words of the letter never written are intertwined with the way he interacts with every woman he dates and in the way he interacts with his children. He thinks, I will be nothing like my dad. So you may not have written a letter with a pen, but your life has.
Wow. That's some deep stuff, man.
It's reality.
So is that what you hide behind that mask?
Church, my dad not being there only half my issues. We all got something that we use commonly to hide.
Or some other mask?
So what is your story? Like, why do you always have jokes?
It's behind that big smile, brother.
Smiles on faces like paint. We like 5-year-olds play make-believe. Pretending the scent of your mother's crack pipe is cookies. The first time I saw sex was from my mother's closet. She tucked me away as 2 white men in suits come in. I watched as they undressed and did things no child should see. One sees me and grins as he pleasures himself. Next time dude comes alone, my mom's scratching like she got the chicken pox. Desperate. I will do whatever you like, she whispers. Just not him. She sends me outside to play midwinter. Snot running down my nose, alone at playground for 2 hours. The next time I wasn't so lucky. My mother told me to go take a shower. After I showered, she walked into the room and told me not to get dressed. Told me these nice men wanted to teach me some things. The look in her eyes like fear and hate met torment. They come in, she says, just do what they say. Tears, eyes filling with tears. I was 11. The first time they licked me, touched me, Do you know what it feels like to have men stick toys up in you? To cry silent tears for a mother that's in the next room, and the only way you know she is there is by the stench. To know that the only one who can save you sold you for a hit. Then one day, the folks come like superheroes, only robbers. They took me away. From 11 to 16, I was in 14 different foster homes. Some families took me in for more ends, and I served there too. Some homes were good, but others were filled with older brothers that needed head, and sisters that sneak off with dad, and dudes, just any dude. From the outside, we look like regular kids. From a distance, I look picture perfect. I was always thought to be the happiest kid at school. But on the inside, I was just trying to keep myself alive. Smiles illume faces like paint. Clownish, how we pretend.
Brother, sorry.
Yes, we all wear masks.
It's crazy how many guys are molested and goes unaware. So many guys are molested by people they know and trust.
Yeah, you always hear about the abuse of girls and young women. And when outside of bishops, priests, and an Oprah show, what happens to guys is not really discussed.
Parents are supposed to protect you, to keep you from that kind of hurt.
Sometimes they're the fist that rips into you. My mom loves me. I'm her only son. I'm the baby boy of 4 sisters. All of them were artists, all dancers. My dad worked his butt off to provide, so he wasn't really around. It was just me, my sisters, and my mom. You know, I spent most of my evenings growing up in my sister's dance classes, rehearsals, and recitals. Dance came natural for me. Before you knew it, I had learned all their routines, and I was just as much a part of the dance team. I became dance. My dad lost his job after 20 years with the company. He turned to drinking. For the first time ever, notices me. He'd always heard about how good I was, so he finally decided to come to my recital. I was so excited, because I always looked up to him, you know? I was 11 years old. But after I danced, he looked at me with such disdain, like I had done the unthinkable. He wanted me out of dance class to put me in football. I would hear him say, "I ain't raising no sissies in my house." My mother protected me, and dance was still my hiding place. Then when I was 13, I came home from rehearsal still in my tights. He had been drinking, and I remember it like it just happened. Faggot motherfucker switching around here like some little guy. Before I could even turn to look at him, he had thrown the remote, knocking me in the back of the head. By the time I was 15, he was convinced that I was screwing every friend that I brought around. He called me sissy so much, I began to answer to him. I was terrified of him. The sound of his voice would send me into shock. I taught myself how to dodge his hits. Some parents are so wounded, all they know how to do is break you. They try to beat what they hate about themselves out of you. I haven't spoken to him in like 5 years. And that fear still grips me. My mom told me last year that my dad had been molested when he was 8 years old by his uncle. He had other sexual experiences with guys, and he had always hated himself for it. With every slap that he gave me, he was trying to beat out of me what he hated about himself. Desires he had. He was trying to shake them out of me. They weren't mine. Those were not my wounds. But he beat me for them.
Hurt people, man. My uncle was molested when he was a kid. I mean, my family never really talked about it, but he was molested by this guy in the neighborhood who sold freeze cups. Told my grandparents about it. My grandfather almost beat the dude to death. And after that, they never even mentioned it again. My uncle started getting in trouble at school. Dropped out of school, in and out of juvenile, spent about 3 years in the pen. When he got out, he moved back in with my grandparents. And I used to go over there on the weekends. Every Saturday morning, we watch cartoons together. And I remember asking my mom, how come men always stick their hands in their pants when they're watching TV? She laughed it off like it was some kind of Al Bundy thing. And then one weekend, my grandmother had to do something at church, so she left me alone with my uncle. And he said, I want to show you some big boy cartoons. So he took out a videotape and put it in. And it was Disney characters having sex. He looked at me for a reaction. I couldn't take my eyes off that screen. After it was over with, he asked me had I ever jacked off before. I was just mid-puberty, man. I remember it just started getting erections in the morning. But I said, sure. I didn't want to look like a punk in front of him. So we put in another videotape of him having sex with a girl just a few years older than me. Sticking his hands in his pants, moving up and down like he always did. Then he took his penis out and told me to take out mine. First time I ever masturbated was me watching my uncle have sex while he watched me and stroked. I mean, he never touched me or anything. But it was like since then, sex has called me. It's constantly calling me. Started masturbating 3-4 times a day. Late night, I wake up midnight. Sex is just calling me. Internet, Craigslist, Swingers Club, you name it. I feel like I didn't have a choice. I couldn't control myself. Sometimes I'd be having sex. I just wish it'd be over with soon. I'd be on my way in my car crying because I can't turn the car around. People can smell it. Everywhere I go, sex was calling. Yeah, man, I know the feeling. Just having sex with whoever. You don't gotta know their name. It don't even matter. That's what happens when you're exposed to sex too soon.
I don't think we realize the hurt it causes kids when they see that kind of stuff. I mean, we introduce kids to sex like it's a sport.
Talking about sex is a natural thing What's one thing? For saying, hey dude, you got a plug, stick it in the socket. That can cause some shock.
I believe there's a place where we can talk about sex open and honestly without it being this sin-filled thing we make it.
Sex is a beautiful thing. I mean, but we turn it into something so secretive and taboo that we pervert it.
Yeah, but it's the secrets and the unwillingness to be open that fuel the stigma of sex. And if we can't talk about sex, then we can't talk about the epidemic of HIV or any STDs out there.
Sex should be a thing we approach with no shame. I mean, even in church.
Yeah, because it's all in the Bible. I mean, Eve gave Adam a little bit of that apple, but she got tripped up by a snake. Now women still getting tripped up by a snake today. And some brothers would do anything for a bit of apple. You feel me?
Tell me, is that what's still tripping you up, brother?
Well, since we talking,
Oh, Lord. Should I cover my ears?
I just want to be real with you guys.
Hey, look, man, this is the night and the time and the place. Go for it.
I'm gay.
That's the funniest thing you said all night.
Well, I'm serious. That's what's behind my mask. That's why all I talk about is the game on Sunday, and I'm the first brother to bring up booty.
Really?
As much as you talk about booty.
I guess comedy ain't my only mask.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me all this time you've been talking about me and you the one pounding cakes?
Dude, I come here every Sunday and Wednesday night. This place has been my saving grace. When I first came out of the homes and got help, this is where I came. But I hear the sermons. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. The fact that I love a dude is like my scarlet letter.
Look, man, yeah, I get that, but God gave a man a penis and a woman a vagina for a reason, because they fit, all right? That's just wrong.
And you boning every woman that you can get your hands on is better? Deacon Watts weighs 650 pounds. Eats pork like we drink water. Smokes and has an inhaler. And that's better? Reverend Kyle ain't talked to Deacon James in 2 years over something that happened in the past. But we still listen to him every third Sunday. And I'm the one that's just wrong?
Neither one of them are right, but sin is sin.
That's right. Homosexuality is a sin against God.
Hey, look, if it's against God, then let God deal with it.
How can you stand before me with stones in hand? Who's without sin? Which one of us is the executor of this wrath that you say is God's? What human can stand and judge rightly?
If it's God's place to convict, not ours, right? I mean, we preach about everything that we hate against ourselves, but we commend other people for doing their own thing. Is he not a sheep? Are we God to judge that? So because he's gay, he's less loved.
I come here every Sunday, and I've dated the same person for the last 5 years. I have seen couple after couple come up in here and get divorced after 2 or 3 years. I serve this church like I owe it my life. And every time I come, I feel like I gotta leave a little me out.
Yeah, but the spirit of homosexuality can be cast out. You can be delivered delivered, set free from that spirit, brother.
How many people have been set free from homosexuality? I mean, how many of y'all have dealt with that spirit? Because what Jesus says is, who the Son sets free is set free indeed. And see, the problem I have with this whole deliverance prayer is that we fear somebody falling. But how can you fall from something that you've already been forgiven for? See, I know what it's like to have freedom. I know what it's like to go through something and to be free from it and delivered from it and not to have any kind of issue in your life at all. But that only comes from Jesus. Can't come from nobody else but Jesus. It ain't going to come from condemning spirits and condemning and judging and pointing our fingers at other people. It's not.
I prayed every night for years that God would take it away from me. Take the thoughts and the feelings away from me. I wanted to want a wife and kids, to even be attracted to a woman, to have sexual thoughts for a woman and desire her. Nothing. Never anything. I hated me because the church told me that I was ugly, unwanted sin. Told me that the love that we shared was the worst sin imaginable. All God ever told me is that I was his beloved. Jesus loved me. Not the dude masked every Sunday, but the dude loving dude behind the mask.
So what, we just let gays come in and be a part of the church and not tell them how sinful it is? Is that right?
Let us come in. We're already in the pulpits, in the choir stands, and in the Vatican. Most gays don't want nothing to do with this thing that you call church. But you can't keep us from the God of the church.
How about we just come to a place where we just agree that it's God that convicts the heart of men? If we say we believe in him, then allow him to be God, not us. You know, it was always Satan who was convicting people in the Bible. So how can we sit here and point our bloody fingers at somebody else and say, your sin is worse than mine? Jesus would say, how can we talk about the mote in our brother's eye when we have a beam in our own eye?
It's funny how Jesus never mentioned homosexuality, but he did mention divorce. If the commandment is to love, then love me. Let him be the judge.
I mean, honestly, this brother's more like Jesus than anybody else I ever met up in here. I mean, he's the first one to help out in the community with the poor, with the Big Brothers Foundation, even give her mother's rides home from church.
Isn't that what the Bible says? Taking care of orphans and the widow. We should just let God be the judge. He's better at it than us.
So, I mean, then what do we become? Everybody just doing what they want to do, no accountability.
Church. People doing what they want to do anyway, secretly.
We have to just allow God to meet us in our brokenness. I mean, just allow ourselves to be totally honest and free. And to have God meet us where we are and just to accept us for who we are. Even if that's just to accept our secrets as reality.
So you're saying that God should just meet us in our mess and heal us from that mess?
Is that what it looks like? A mess?
A hot mess.
Well, what do you expect it to be? It's not supposed to be pretty. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be ugly. It's going to stink. That's the problem with the church. We're always pretending. Everybody comes in here on Sunday morning pretending. Women dressed up in their heels and their long hair pretending, hiding the wounds from the night before. I mean, even us, sitting here, hiding sexual sins behind music, pain behind dance, self-loathing behind comedy, past hurts behind poetry and religion. What are we supposed to do? We can't judge people. We have to be true to ourselves and allow folks to heal. People are broken. We all wear masks, and until we take those masks off, what's going to really change?
I've been in bondage, caged in oppression, sold into slavery, fallen perception. But now, change is coming over me. But now, I'm starting to believe I've gotta get free. No chains can hold me down. I've got to tear these walls all down. I've gotta get free. No chains can hold me down. I've got to tear these walls all down.
I wanna live without covers, naked and unashamed. I wanna walk in the cool of day, only covered by grace. I realize my attempts to cover only cause hurt and shame. As you call, let me run to naked and unashamed. As you call, let me run to you, naked and unashamed.
'Cause I gotta get free. No more chains can hold me down. I've got to tear these walls all down. I gotta get free. No more chains can hold me down. I've got to tear these walls all down.
I spent years in pain trying to maintain a lie. In my mind, trying to live up to what people deemed was right. And my own pursuit of righteousness was filthy. So I did what we all do, built around me a makeshift reality that was hard for me to maintain. Took all of me to maintain.
But I gotta get free. No more chains can hold me down. I've got to tear these walls all down. Yeah, I gotta get free. No more chains can hold me down. I've got to tear these walls all down.
Acting like I've got it all together, yet afraid to fall apart. Never willing to give myself up, afraid to admit that I too fall. I'm a broken boy who glues the pieces together, hoping no one will see the cracks in me. I'm imperfect, I'm imperfect, I'm imperfect, and I'm crying out,
Freedom, 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 gotta get free. Freedom, 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 gotta get free.
No one told me that in giving yourself up, people lose the right to keep you down. No one told me that in being true to who you are, the freedom comes to change. I give myself up, I'm a mess. I give myself up, I'm a mess. I give myself up, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I give myself up, I'm a mess. I am 12 years old, and my mother's gone, God rest her soul. And my dad, that dude ain't been around for as long as I can remember. And now it's just me and my little sisters, and I feel alone. And I know everybody's telling me to be strong and that I'm a man now, but I feel like I'm just a boy on the inside. Be strong. You have to be strong for your sisters, they say. And so I set my face and I wiped my tears and I took away my pain until I can no longer feel. And now here I am.
I am 12 years old. And I cannot for the life of me understand why this grown man is slipping his hands in my pants. Shh, he whispered. And I lay quiet and still. And I know that it's wrong. And he is taking my innocence. And I know that after this I will cry, and I just hope that just maybe I will feel again. Be strong. You have to be strong for your sisters, they say. Now my outer shell is as hard as a rock. You're a man now. Yet I feel like I'm just a boy. And I miss my mother's touch. Because since she's been gone, there have been no hugs. No one touches me. I'm nobody's little boy. I'm a man who feels like a boy on the inside. How does that feel, he whispered. I lay quiet, still. Too scared to move. Not strong enough to speak. I'm 12 years old. And at this moment, I feel like something on the inside of me is about to die. This is my reality.
You too? All this time and you never hinted?
It's like some mass fit better than others.
12 years old was a long time ago, so it seemed. But to me, it was just yesterday. My today is baked in the oven of a past that I hide with a smile and a poem. It didn't kill me. I moved on. Yet I'm learning to become stronger because the strength I adopted as a child made me weak on the inside. I was just a child, and be strong, they said. But nobody was strong for me. My reality, waking up in the middle of the night to gunfights. HIV just as common as a cold. Christmas stolen by an uncle who wants to get high. 5 years old and sex was just as common for your parents. Nobody protects your innocence. I was called a man before I even saw what one looked like. And fathers, they only exist in fairy tales. So you imagine what it would be like if Daddy stayed. This is the reality that I was born and reared in. So I try like Will Thatcher to change my stars, believing against what I see. There's got to be something better for me too. Because on one hand, I'm a man of God, anointed and appointed, as they say, filled with the Holy Ghost. But my past tell me that I'm a bisexual male with wounds so deep that God would have to send a scuba team into the depths of my soul to repair the damage. My posing reality tells me an uneducated brother straight up from the hood, what good do you have to say? Struggling with my self-esteem, pushing those who get too close away, I don't want to hurt them, I say. Always reminded that a leopard cannot change his spots. And so the contradiction within thickens. Because who I am doesn't mean who I am meant to be. I'm learning to give myself to the one who can bring change in me. Because I mess it up on my own. See, he is like a potter. And he sets us on his wheel. And he makes us again another. Where there is a mar, he smooths it out. Where there is a hurt, he presses down until the scar can no longer be seen with an eye. He knows that some vessels take longer than others. So with the patience of a father, he molds us. He knows what we need. And as we spend in this life, he'll add and take away. Yet what will come out will be different. Yeah, we may look like hunks of clay now, but don't touch us. We're still in the process. We are jacked up right now, but he's not finished with us. When he's through, there will be a change on the inside. When he finishes, we will be who we are meant to be. When he's done, there will be a new reality.
I really needed this tonight, man.
Me too, brother.
It's like something woke up inside of me.
what do we do? What do we do with this conversation? Do we just become another night of deep convo, or something that changes us?
That's the question. Because now we're all responsible for each other's stories.
We're responsible to push each other towards healing. To share this freedom we're pursuing with others.
How do you suppose we do that, church? With another Sunday service?
Oh. Write something. I know you done wrote about 20 poems tonight alone.
Yeah, write something that'll bring change, man.
Dude, this is too hard. Write something.
Yeah, brother. Right.
Write until they hear me.
Write until they hear me.
Till they hear me in those words.
We can tell them. We can tell them that I know it feels hard and tough right now. But if we would just hold on. And when they hear, they are responsible. They must write. Our sons are crying.
Our sons are crying.
Our brothers are dying.
Our brothers are dying.
Help me, I'm naked.
Help me, I'm naked.
Help me, I'm dying.
Help me, I'm dying.
Write. Scream. Cry for us.
Right, scream, cry for us.
Right.
Right, scream, cry for us.
Cry for us.
Right, scream, cry for us. Right, scream, cry for us.
Write for us. Speak. Scream. Cry for us, my friend. Write that we are lost and cannot find our way. Pain clouds the way, blinds us, never thinking words could cut so deep. Was I not your son? Did you not once hold me in your arms? Was I not once known by you? Was I not once yours? Yet you, with every drunken slap, you broke me. A father is supposed to protect, but you beat me instead, and I fear you still. With bruises you said you did because you love me. Could I have changed the way I talked or my mannerisms? Should I have tried to wipe away all that was in me as I tried and wished? And as you tried to beat it out of me, you broke me. Faggot not in my house, he screams. My friend, and I knew not a man, nor did I wish to. Dance was just a part of me. Artist is who I am to be, and he tried to rid me of what he couldn't understand because he couldn't understand me. Trying to beat what he thought I was out of me, not knowing he was damaging me. Close. Close. And now I can't hold you close. My trepidation being that I might break you. Close, but not too. Near, but not enough to be vulnerable. Scream. Cry for us. Write for us, my friend. It's been too long and no one will sing our song. Quiet shame too damn loud. It's in the room and no one will acknowledge me. Look past the shell of a man you think you see. Because we broken boys have become wounded men who fear love because we hide scars that silence will not let heal.
Cry for us. Scream! We broken boys, molested by those who should have protected us, by priests and preachers, neighbors and teachers, stealing from us every ounce of innocence, and no one speaks our silence. Because we don't have wounds. So apparently we carry no emotion. Were we not your children? And with every touch, they leave us broken, confused, longing to be touched, thinking that just maybe this is love, made to touch places only your wife should. You touching me, whispers, don't that feel good? You are breaking me, you sucking me silent, stunned, unable to move. You play with my ass, you're just gonna stick the head in. You are breaking me, this hurts. And like glass, shattered, windows broken, no protection entry, like rain floods me. Dark pain, lonely, making me despise all that I am. Right, my friends, speak for us. Did I deserve this? How did I cause it? Dirt on me, I can't wash it away. You see it on me? Can you tell? Do you know what he did? Can you see? We broken boys have become wounded men who hate ourselves because we hide silent scars that can't heal.
Right, my friend. Speak, my friend. Cry. We feel alone. In a world that won't accept our confusion. In churches that won't embrace our message truth. My friend, write that we hide behind suits, ties, and titles. Feign wholeness and suffer for it. And underneath the picture we have painted lies a canvas. White with fear and desperation, hoping that someone will see that we once were clean. Once we could feel and felt loved, but not anymore because we fought to be touched, to be held, to feel wanted, hoping that what we have sacrificed will be enough. We long to feel again, and so many sit in judgment. Am I not your brother? Are we not kin? Did we not once share and have in common? Have you forgotten me?
Look at us, my friend. Scream for us. We, your husbands and lovers with issues that spill into everything we do. And you confide in us not knowing that our strength is our weakness. We like stone pillars you lean on, crumble within from hurts from our past. Silence. Silence calls, you call strength, and it is raping me all over again. I can't take it anymore. I cannot be quiet. It hurts me. The mess of a man you see today was once a boy. Unprotected, raped, or molested, beaten, or rejected, feeling unloved, unaccepted. Were we not your brothers? Did you not once walk with us?
And now we stand before you, ashamed of ourselves, ashamed of what he did to us, ashamed of how he beat us, wounded by unreturned love, my friend. Right that we, broken boys, have become wounded men who fear love, who hate ourselves, who hide behind masks because we hide scars that silence won't let heal.